It never stops. Man, the announcers make you want to see the show. I think, come on Saturday.
Welcome back to the Arizona Daily Mix. I said I would do this, and I have. I have made a call to my man, my best friend, a good friend of mine. I said I had some celebrity friends. It is Tommy Davidson. Tommy, how are you?
Thank you. Thanks to the magic of technology and the magic state of Arizona with their blistering heat, but yet warm personalities. You got me.
Oh, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tommy Davidson here with me. And I know we got to go very quickly because I'm catching you while you're on the road, and you are literally at a Barnes & Noble's there in Houston, Texas, and they don't know you're doing this, so we'll make it very quickly. But behind you is the book I have right here. It is your new book, Living in Color, and it's about your story, which is so amazing about this. How did this book come about?
Well, my sister asked me, why don't I ever talk about my mother, And she asked me that at 56 years old. She said, you never mentioned her in interviews or anything. And then all of a sudden I realized I was ashamed of her all my life. And I never really wanted to talk about her because she's white.
Yeah.
And so that brings out the whole issue of my life, which I was left in a trash can when I was a kid and found by her. I was dead. They nursed me back to health. They thought I was dead. Took 90 days to get out of the hospital. I finally went with their family, which is my family, to Fort Collins, Colorado, grew up, moved to Washington, D.C. when I was 5 years old, had no idea I was black until the black kids kicked my brother and sister's ass and my ass. And we're calling them white crackers and me white cracker lover. I went to my mom, I said, why are they calling me a white cracker lover? I like graham crackers.
Yeah.
And that's me living in color.
There it is. You see? Yeah, and this book is so real. But you brought up a thing right there is that a lot of people right now, with everything we're going through this country and everything that's happening, we are seeing people being a little bit ashamed of their families. But you right there had a white mother. You started talking about in comedy and everything. And has that helped you kind of like really start to find yourself even more after all the celebrity and all the stuff that you've done?
Yeah, well, actually, it's guided me through. So when I say living in color, that's been my life throughout. So circumstantially, I ended up on the show called In Living Color, where we're a breakthrough show that shows the whole country that we're really one color, a color of all colors. And so this is the perfect time in my life with the pandemic and everything going on with race in America for me to be who I really am, which is just American.
Yeah. And reading this book, I've gone through it and we've talked about it and stuff. It's just amazing on the journey that you took to get where you're at right now. And it wasn't an easy journey. I think so when some people think of you on being in Living Color and the movies and stuff, they think it just happened to you. And it's not. You had to lose a job. You had someone who told you never to come back to this job. They never wanted to see you. And that got you to where you are now.
Yeah, it definitely got me to where I am now. And it's getting me to the next level, too.
Yeah.
Because this is a very special time for me because I'm going around the country, still promoting the book. I'm doing shows here and there, but most of all, I'm out here in the middle of America, really seeing what things are like out here. I'm like the correspondent, let's say, for the rainbows of our daggone country, And even though we have a little, and the people who didn't have anything have a little less than that, there's still all-American smiles out here. People are helping each other, and this is not on the news. Right. So I'll be that correspondent to say, hey, from sea to shiny sea, we're doing well, we're going to do well, and we're going to keep on doing well like we always have.
Yeah, and I love that you are out there. Let me just ask you, I know we're going to be wrapping up here in just a minute, but has the comedy road been a little hard with everybody trying to be, PC and different things like that? Have you been trying to find it very hard to do your comedy?
No, everybody out here in every professional setting is like the lady's telling me to put on my mask right now. Where is it?
Oh no, Tommy.
But no, but everywhere, every venue, every club, every restaurant, everywhere that you go, everybody's conforming to all of the standards, all the safety standards.
Yeah.
And so at the clubs, it's 150 people capacity. At Barnes and Nobles, as long as you got on your mask or wherever we go, so people do care about what's happening in this country as far as safeguarding their fellow American. And wouldn't that go across the board? When we talk about safeguarding your fellow American, that means their values, that means their religion, that means their color, that means their class. So this actually turns out to be actually a pretty good interview for you.
It is, I know. It is. It's Living in Color, the Tommy Davidson story, which is great and everything. And Tommy, I thank you for doing that, and of course getting in trouble for me. But can you just make sure make sure people understand we are friends, right? We know each other. John Oliver doesn't believe me.
Really?
Yeah, I can't get him to Skype with me.
We're such good friends that I'm not only considering his daughter to star in one of my shows, his son actually is working on one of my shows. So, and I consider them family. Me and Brad met years ago through this media and then just became friends over the years. And that really counts in a business like this because it is about people. Business is about money, but people are about people. And you can't separate, you got to separate them. You have to separate them because money spends and friends stay.
There it is. Tommy, thanks for zooming in with me. I appreciate it. Let's just leave the book behind you. You should just take your book and just place it all over Barnes & Noble, shouldn't you? Just place it in another place.
Just up front.
That's it right there. There it is. So
look at that baby.
So Tommy, thank you, man. I love you very much. You take care. We will we'll talk soon. I know we got to talk with the shows and stuff, with my kids and everything, but I love you, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you, man.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
So, all right. That was Tommy Davidson.